It's a brand new week. We got new comic books, so therefore, it's time for a new video. Go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your host, C3. And before I get started, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. Thank you to all our new subscribers, and thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel thus far. I've got a really great video planned for us today, a lot of new comic books. Some of these are flying under the radar, and I don't know if anybody's paying attention, so I want to make sure I bring those to the surface. And if you guys stick around to the end, I'll do an unboxing and show you a couple of pieces that I got in the mail. All right? So, without further ado, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely ring that bell. So every time I do a video, you wonderful people will get that notification. All right? So, you know the drill over here, people. It's good vibes only. Check the nonsense at the door, and let's have some fun. All right? Coming in, starting off at number 10. This book is published by Marvel. The title is All New Ghost Riders, issue number 2. This book was released on April 2nd, 2014. And the key factor to this book is it just has this beautiful Felipe Smith 1 in 50 variant cover. Such a beautiful cover. That cover is fire, right? And let's talk some numbers on it. So, the last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was back on June 2nd of 2022. That book sold for $600. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 7.90%, which is doing pretty good on the secondary market. The average sale for CGC 9.8 is $750. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $295. There's been 23 raw copies that have sold so far, and there's been 1 graded copy that have sold, giving us a total of 24 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for CGC 9.8 was back on March 31st of 2022, where that book sold for $749.99. Can someone please loan that person a penny? $750, ladies and gentlemen. Fair market value has this book resting at $750 because they know to borrow the penny, right? And that's for the most common grade of the 9.8. So, such a beautiful book. All new Ghost Rider, issue number 2, the Felipe Smith 1 in 50 variant. Get yourself one. All right, moving right along. Number 9. This book is published by Dark Horse. The title of this book is Star Wars Legacy, issue number 1, the 1-for-1 reprint. Yes, this book was released on June 21st of 2006. The key factor to this book is it is the reprint. It reprints the first appearance of Darth Krayt, and Cade Skywalker, right? So it reprints the first appearance of Darth Krayt and Cade Skywalker, the cameo of, and it has a cameo appearance of Darth Talon on the cover. Man, why did that seem so hard? All right, so let's talk numbers. The last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was on December 11th of 2020, right? It was a raw copy and it sold for $69.99. This book is currently trending upward at 17.25%. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $69.99. $70, ladies and gentlemen, for those of us who have that extra penny laying around. There has been 6 copies that have changed hands so far on the secondary market, and I can't help but think that it has a lot to do with what we have going on with our Obi-Wan Kenobi. Our Obi-Wan and all of our Star Wars franchise reboots that we got going on with all this new character development that's going on. So I think our Star Wars fans see something. So we may want to start paying attention to this particular book. The highest known sale for the raw copy was on December 11th of 2020, where it did sell for, like I said before, $69.99. The fair market value has it resting at $69.99 for the raw copy. So, Dark Horse, Star Wars Legacy, issue number 1, the 1-for-1 reprint. Moving right along, coming in at number 8, this book is published by Marvel, and this is a modern book, and it is titled Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 38, the Jen Bartel cover. Now, believe it or not, a lot of people are going after this book because it appears to be a cover appearance of young Billy Morales, who is all grown up on the cover. So this may be a very interesting little thing that's about to happen concerning this particular cover, this issue, this cover, and past issues, because we know we have the first appearance a few books back where little Billy Morales was just a baby on the cover. The second printing of one of the books had baby Morales being coddled by mom and dad with Miles in the background. But this particular book has little Billy all grown up. Captain Billy is what they're calling her. First appearance of the Spider Smasher. So this is something that you might want to definitely add to your collection. For those of you who don't know, I am a big Miles Morales fan. Been reading the story, love it. Can't wait until I see the movie on the big screen. I'm probably gonna lose my mind, right? But I've been watching all Miles's keys. I've been watching all Miles Morales Spider-Man keys, and at some point, I think this is going to be a major key. And also keep your eye out for that 1 in 50. It is just an awesome cover. All right, so let's talk some numbers about this one. This book was released on June 1st of 2022. The key factor to this book is it is the first appearance of Spider Smasher. Last recorded sale for a raw copy was on June 7th of 2022, and that book sold for $6.22. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 22.35%. The average sale for a raw copy is about $5.26. There's been 50 raw copies that have sold thus far since this book has been released on the secondary market. The highest known sale for a raw copy was on April 8th of 2022, where that book sold for $8.23. Fair market value has this book resting at $5.26 for the raw copy. So if you're a Miles Morales fan and you're anticipating big things for this book and you want to get it into your collection, now is the perfect time. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 7. This book is published by DC Comics. It is a Silver Age book. The title of this book is Adventure Comics, issue number 381. Yes, oldies but goodies. This book was released on June 10th, 1969. The key factor to this book is it is the first Supergirl solo story. And in my opinion, this book is heavily undervalued because Supergirl, I know for me back in the day, I used to love watching the Super Family, the development of the Super Family, right? Superman, Superboy, Supergirl, Superdog, Crypto. I used to just love all of that. So to me, this book is undervalued, greatly undervalued. All right, let's talk specs. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was on May 19th of 2022, where the book sold for $6.99. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 29.04%. Average sale for CGC 9.0 of this book is $129. There is an average sale of $13.42 for a raw copy. There's been 210 raw copies that have sold so far and 24 graded copies that have changed hands, giving us a total of 234 copies of this book that have sold on the secondary market thus far. And the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 was back on May 12th of 2018, where that book sold for $1,075. Fair market value has this book resting at $129 for the raw copy. For the most common grade of the 9.0. Adventure Comics, issue number 381. Keep your eye on it. It's on the move, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming in at number 6. This book also was published by DC. It's a Silver Age book. The title of this book is Detective Comics, issue number 351. This book was released on March 29th, 1966. The key factor is it is the first appearance of the Clue Master. The Clue Master. The last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was on June 11th of 2022. That book sold for $2.25. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 34.24%. Excuse me. Vibe juice. The average sale for CGC 5.0 is $44.89. And the average sale for a raw copy of this book is roughly about $13.42. Raw copies that have been sold, there's been 132 raw copies that have sold and one graded copy that has changed hands, giving us a total of 133 total books that have changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for a raw copy was back in July 6th of 2020, when that book sold for $55. While fair market value still has this book resting at $44.89 for the most common grade of the 5.0. And I don't know about you, but I love having those oldie but goodies in my collection. And 5.0 seems like a decent area for buy-in, has a very decent price point, right at that mid type of grade point, where the cover is and the inside and the interior and the back page is just not fangled. You know what I mean? Still has a decent presentation. So around about that area, you're looking to get your hands on a decent copy for about $50. All right? Detective Comics issue number 351. Keep your eye on it. All right? So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to the halfway mark. And if you don't mind, let me just stop for a second. Take my deep breath. And thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. If this is your first time stopping by, checking out the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. For all of you that have been hanging out with your boy, I appreciate you, each and every one of you. You guys know I cannot do this without you. I'm super stoked at how well the channel is doing. You guys are the best. I always say it, nobody has a better hobby than we do. Nobody has a better supporting community than we do. The comic book community is one in itself. It's one in a million, and there'll never be another like it. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right? And again, if you stick around to the end, I'll pop open a couple boxes and show you what came in the mail. All right? So you know what it is over here. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. We do what we do, but we do it for the love of comics. Yeah! Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. So, coming in at number 5, this book is published by Marvel. It, too, is a Silver Age book. And the title of this book is XMen, issue number 24. Yes, and I love that cover, too. This book was released on September 1st, 1966. The key factor to this book, it is the first appearance of the Locust, right? The last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was on June 9th of 2022, where that book sold for $124. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 34.62%. And that is not bad at all. Significant gains on the secondary market. The average sale for CGC 9.2 is about $325. The average sale for a raw copy is $102. Not a bad price point for buy-in on this particular book. When you can get Silver Age goodness for that low buy-in, I highly recommend it, right? There has been 284 raw copies that have sold and 63 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 347 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for CGC 9.8 was back on December 4th of 2011, when that book sold for $2,051. Fair market value has this book resting at $325 for the most common grade of the 9.2, right? And just for spits and giggles, so that everybody knows, the last high sale for this book was $188, and that was back in March. Yes. So this book is on the move. If you're in the market for it, keep your eye on it. All right. Coming in at number 4. This book was published by Image Comics, ladies and gentlemen. The title of this book is Masters of the Universe, issue number 1, cover A. I have the power. Yo, I used to love this joint, man. I used to love this cartoon, right? This book was released on November 1st of 2002. The key factor to this book, it has the Invincible preview on the inside, right? The last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was on May 28th of 2022. Where that book sold for $17.99. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 38.60%. Doing good. So average sale for CGC 9.8 is $187, while the average sale for a raw copy of this book is $10. Not bad at all. If I don't, I'm pretty sure I have this in my collection, but if I don't, I'm definitely jumping on this one, just for nostalgia reasons. Right? So, there has been 164 raw copies that have sold so far, and there has been 13 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 177 copies of this book that is moving on the secondary market. With the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 was back on July 5th of 2021, when that book sold for $239.95. Fair market value has this book resting at $187 for the most common grade of the 9.8. Image Comics, ladies and gentlemen. Masters of the Universe, issue number 1. It's on the move. Excuse me. All right. We're here. We made it. The top 3 most trending comic books of the week, all right? Coming in at number 3, we have some Copper Age goodness. This book was published by DC. The title of this book is Wonder Woman, issue number 8. Yes. All my Wonder Woman fans, I didn't forget you. How could I forget you? Of course not. I wouldn't do you like that. Yeah, check this out. This book was released on May 12th, 1987. The key factor to this book, it has a couple of key factors. It is the direct sales edition. It has a Cheetah cameo and a Barbara Minerva single panel unnamed appearance in there, right? So this book has a few reasons why you should pick it up for all my Wonder Woman fans. All right, now let's talk specs. The last recorded sale for a raw copy was on May 7th of 2022, when that book sold for $25. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 50.39%. The average sale for a CGC 9.8 is $63. Can you believe it? Definitely gotta have this one, right? And you can ball out and cop it in that high grade. You know what I mean? Maybe you want to put it on a payment plan. I don't know. But $63 sounds like a must-have deal for me. The average sale for a raw copy is $12.14. There's been 114 raw copies of this book that have sold, and there's been 7 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 121 copies of this book that have changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for CGC 9.8 was back on October 18th of 2021, where that book sold for $63. Fair market value has this book resting at $63 for the most common grade of the 9.8. DC Comics, ladies and gentlemen, Wonder Woman, issue number 8. Keep your eye on it. Coming in at number 2, this book right here. I was surprised when I pulled the specs up on it. I was thrown back at, what this book was doing on the secondary market. This book is another Silver Age some Silver Age goodness, right? It's published by Marvel, and the title of this book is Daredevil, issue number 4. Yo, I love this book. I love this cover, man. I do not have, and this is why I'm chasing, well, I'm not going to say chasing, but this is why I'm looking into these books, because I do not have any of Daredevil's early appearances with that yellow costume. And I gotta have one, man. At least one. I don't know if I can grab the first issue or the second, the third, or the fourth, but I know it goes up to about 7 before it actually changes off. But I got to get my hands on that yellow costume. So this is why I'm looking up these particular numbers. All right. So let's talk numbers. This book was released on October 1st of 1964. The key factor to this book, it is the first appearance of Purple Man. Last recorded sale for a raw copy was on June 10th of 2022, where that book sold for $195. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 159.52%. The average sale for a CGC 6.0 is $372. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $184. There's been 465 raw copies that have sold so far, and there has been 193 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 658 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. And the highest known sale for CGC 9.6 was back on March 26th of 2017, when that book sold for $4,100. Fair market value has this book resting at $372 for the most common grade of the 6.0. Ladies and gentlemen, this book is right in that strike while the iron is cold area. And I was like, oh my goodness, maybe I can grab this one. I really want that first issue, but we already know how that one's doing right now. It's doing extremely well. It continues to gain. I don't see it leveling off anytime soon, but if I have to grab this particular copy, I will. I'm gonna think about it a little bit, but this has an excellent price point for buy-in when you talk about the 6.0 for the $372 or the raw copy for $184. Either way, you can't go wrong. So keep your eye out for Daredevil issue number 4. All right, my friends, we've made it. We have definitely made it. I made it, Ma. Top of the world. The number 1 most trending comic book of the week is published by Marvel. It's a Silver Age book. And the title of this book is Submariner, issue number 10. Yes, my friends. This book was released on February 1st, 1969. The key factor to this book, it is the origin of the Serpent Crown, and it has the first appearance of Cartho. Yes. So, the last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was on June 6th of 2022. That book sold for $66. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 297.26%. 297.26% increase in copies sold. This book is on fire right now. It may have something to do with the new Black Panther movie. He could be in there, right? There's no telling. So I know people are looking to gather those keys from the Namor run, right? So this is a beautiful book too. And so the average sale for a graded copy of a 9.4, CGC 9.4, runs roughly about $144. The average sale for a raw copy is $41.37. There's been 246 raw copies of this book that have sold and 11 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 257 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for a CGC 9.6 was back on April 1st of 2019, where that book sold for $238.88. The fair market value has this book resting at $144 for the most common grade of the 9.4. Can't beat that, ladies and gentlemen. Submariner, issue number 10. Some Silver Age goodness coming in at number 1. All right? So, there you have it. There's your list. Be careful. Have fun out there on the hunt. Remember, never jump out the airplane without the parachute. Don't make any stressful decisions, and be patient. Be patient. These books always come back around. All right? I'm just putting this information out there for those of you who just love to have that information when you're out and about looking. You know, you just happen to make that mean left, I call it, into the comic book shop. Let me stop real quick, see what they got. All right, go in there, go through the bins, no pressure. Have fun while you're looking for your comics, all right? This hobby is supposed to be fun. No stress. No stress, no strain, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen. As I promised, for those of you who stuck around, we are going to pop open some boxes. And I'll show you what came in the mail. All right? So, and I believe we can start off with this one right here. All right, everybody. So, I didn't realize that I didn't have my scissors in front of me. I didn't have nothing to open the packages with. So I had to stop the video real quick just to go grab them. But now I have them in hand. So we're gonna pop open this puppy right here. There used to be this thing we used to do back on the other videos. All right, so I'm gonna go back to what we know best. Cue the music, but keep your clothes on. All right, let's see what we got. Hit that right there. Hit it right there on the side. Yes. I don't exactly remember what this is, so we're gonna find out together. See what we got here. Okay. It's got that weird sleeve to it, right? So I don't want to bend it or bust it up. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what we got. We got one off. I want to be careful. I don't want to damage the comic. Weird, man. First time I ever got one like this. Oh. Okay. Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so we have Miles Morales, issue number 38. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the 1 in 25. Yes. Hot book, ladies and gentlemen. Hot book. Miles Morales, issue number 38, first appearance, Spider Smasher. Little Billy's all grown up. All right, so that's one. Let's pop open the other one, see what we got. I'm just gonna set this down right here. We'll step off camera, so. All right, and here we have another one. This came in this nice big box. So let's pop this open and see what we got. Once again, cue the music, but keep your clothes on. This is a family show. Let's see. Sides first. It always seems easier when I do the sides first. Hey, how many of you have seen that new trailer? Which one? The new Miles Morales trailer, where it has that little snippet. How many of you have seen that? The Miles Morales Spider-Man trailer, the live action movie. Man, it blew my mind. And talk about excited. I'm always excited when I get paper in the mail. With the giant manila. Gotta love it. Okay. Yeah. Let's pop this baby open. Let's see what we got. I will never complain about that extra layer of security. I can always appreciate it. Now, if I can get in here. There we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Pop the rivets on it. Okay. All right. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 38. We have the 1 in 50. And I am so excited to have these two books in my collection. Excuse me. I am so excited to have this book in my collection. Both these books, because they put out a lot of variances, and I was going between which ones I should get. And I said to myself, they're gonna put out a lot of variances. I would rather have cover A, cover B. I'll take a cover C if they put it out, but I definitely wanted to get the big books in this particular run, this particular issue. So I wind up, I bought the 1 in 50 first. I pre-ordered it, right? So I got it at cover price, at ratio, I should say, right? And then I said, well, since I got the 1 in 50, I might as well get the 1 in 25. So that's what made me order the other one. But I'm super excited about having this book in the collection. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 38. First appearance of Spider Slasher. And then it has Billy Morales, little Billy Morales, Miles' sister, all grown up. All right? Happy with that. All right, my friends. Listen, I got to get out of here. I got to get to work. But I leave you with this. You know what I always say. Don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, always keep it comics. Peace. I'll see you guys next video.